Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another historical battle. This is the Siege of Orleans. This is a 1212 AD siege battle as we recreate the Siege of Orleans, fought in 1428, part of the 100 Years' War. And what is famous about the Siege of Orleans is that it was the battle where Joan of Arc was taking place. And already it seems as though we have had a little bit of a sally out here, actually. Sergeant Cheval here actually sneaking by and trying to get these sergeants over here. So these sneaky Frenchies trying to charge and destroy our siege towers. We're not allowing that. That's not okay. But yes, this is the siege battle where Joan of Arc does turn up and helps to try and turn the tide of the war and the battle. And as you can see, we do have a big French army out here, including a King of France, because unfortunately we don't have just a French bodyguard. We have to have 3 Kings of France. But we do have one Joan of Arc. And there she is, riding her horse, ready to go into battle. We've got a bannerman there. In history, she didn't actually obviously fight in any battles. She just held a banner and was at the back. She didn't really hold any authority. But you know what? In 1212, in Total War, we can make it a little bit more interesting. We can have her leading her own bodyguard and going into battle. So we do have 2 French armies here waiting to go in. There is a Burgundian army over here as well that is slowly joining the battle, and we have 3 English armies besieging 2 French ones. So it's certainly going to be an interesting one, that is for sure. If you're enjoying the 1212 AD and would like to see some more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and prepare for a glorious 21,000 man battle. My gosh, it's a big one. And I'm really excited for it, that is for sure. Everything should be tier 3, I believe, because that is like the period. It's like 15th century. We're like in the middle of the 15th century now, so yeah, everything should be tier 3. And it looks like, you know what, the French are going to defend the walls. They are everywhere. They've got sergeants here. They're getting ready to get onto the walls, but we have some ribolds up here, which are like a light melee infantry unit. We've got shock infantry as well. We've got all sorts getting ready. Yeah, more like ribolds here. Lots of, these guys are like light melee, but they are like pretty solid. I think they're representing the armed citizenry that took part in the siege. But yes, this was a siege battle that we organized on the server. So if you want to get involved and join the Papal server and get involved in some scenarios, or just send your own replays, or maybe just come and chat with myself and some other subs, then the link is down below in the description of this video if you want to get involved. But yes, it does seem as though England is getting very close to the front lines now. We do have some artillery here. I mean, it was the 15th century. There were artillery being used at this point in sieges in the 100 Years' War. And there is a wall being knocked down. It's at 68%. It should be knocked down pretty shortly. And we've got French Chevaliers getting ready. I mean, we've got spears over here landing on the walls. Spearmen here being sent up first. Hopefully they can break through. I mean, but they're against shock infantry. That is going to be pretty damn tough. I'm not going to lie. They're going to have a rough time there. Over on this side as well, sergeants getting ready. Preparing. Let's get the other angle. It's a little bit brighter this side, but here we go. As you can see, sergeants landing. We have spears again, I think, here being landed. Yeah, some English spearmen. So, I mean, you can see the French ready and waiting. And here we go. Sergeants going to land. They're going to jump on down, and there they go. They can get in there. A spear on the wall is not going to be an easy weapon to use, but here we go. First sort of action of the battle, and it is a sergeant unit getting involved with some spears here. Hopefully the English can break through. I think unfortunately at this point one of the English players did desync, which is really unfortunate because they were starting to make pushes and they actually had the easiest side to take because they had literally like no defenders here. The defenders are like a defense is further back. We've got a Paving Spear defense over here, which looks awesome. I really like it when the Paving Spear make their shield wall. Like, look at that. It looks beautiful. With like all the different shield designs. Oh, top tier is like sort of unit it looks like, in my opinion. It's like Paving Spears may not be very effective, but they're a top tier good looking unit in my opinion. They got like their shields look amazing. With spears here. Preparing to, well, they're already landed, but you can see they're trying to make like some sort of bridgehead here, just trying to force their way through to allow more of their units to land on the wall. Hopefully they can. I mean, again over here, spears fighting shock infantry. This is not going to be a fun fight for the spears. Spears like really struggle against shock infantry, and they will die quickly. I expect that shock infantry to get many kills. The wall is being brought down over here. It's very close, 84%. One more hit almost, I would say, and then that's going down. What we have here is sergeants being landed as well against other sergeants. And the Ribolds here against sergeants. This should be a bit of an easier fight for the English, you'd imagine. Because the Ribolds are light melee infantry, and the sergeants landing are going to be medium. So we'll have to see how this one goes, but they should win here. But we will see. There's English longbowmen being sent up as well. Of course, you've got to have the English longbowmen here when it's the 100 Years' War. But yes, do let me know in the comments if you've got any other cool 1212 AD scenarios that you'd like to see. I mean, we haven't done Agincourt, which is obviously one of the biggies in the 100 Years' War. But it doesn't have to be a 100 Years' War scenario. It could be any sort of medieval battle. You're more than happy to send it in and suggest it in the comments, and I will try and get it done. See the arrows going over the top of the wall. I think they're trying to shoot the shock infantry, which is not a bad target. French Chevaliers here are very vulnerable. This wall has now finally come down. We've got some shots smashing through the French Chevaliers, poor guys. I think also towers are being captured, which is fairly good. I mean, they're capturing ones in the corner. It's always handy. If you just get infantry off the walls, and they've also captured the gates here, so it looks like this English army can just start to pour through. So that is always good to see. The Burgundians, are these Burgundians over here? No, these are other Englishmen. We have Burgundians here waiting. And we'll see what they can get done. The French over here do have a timer. They can't join just yet, or start to form just yet. They have to do a little bit of waiting, like in history, just to basically just wait and be patient. They're still technically marching towards the battlefield. But yes, it seems as though England on the walls going to be okay. These spears actually aren't dying that quickly. I mean, they are heavy spears, I guess. The French could really do with getting archers up, which, as I say, they are literally doing over here. These Frank archers here got a really nice angle. And they can fire straight up onto that wall, and they can hit anything up there. It's really good shooting opportunities, and they can just shoot straight into the flank of those spearmen, and they can do a lot of damage. And we have a cavalry charge over here. English knights, they are about to go in. And they're going to charge into those sergeants down there. I do apologize, it seems a little laggy. I do not know why, but it just seems a little bit laggy. I do apologize. There you go. English cav going in, smashing into the sergeants there, knocking them down. And there you go. The English knights are in there. I mean, they'll do what they can. And they actually did a pretty decent amount of damage. Those sergeants there taking like 50 kills. Really good. I think the cavalry's going to try and get out of there. I don't know what it's doing, but it seems like it's stuck in combat there. It's having a right mess. Trying to just get out of there. The sergeants are going to kill quite a few of these knights, it seems. They've actually lost quite a lot. We've got the archers back there as well. We've got 3rd E Company here, which is a pretty elite arch unit. These guys are trying to give some suppressing fire. Like, look at the emblems they have, like, on their shirt. Look awesome. Got, like, a unicorn deer with, like, a fleur-de-lis. So, very cool, fancy uniform. We actually have swords on the wall over here for the English winning as well. We have sergeants here. They are winning against Ribolds, which is obviously, as we said, it's medium infantry versus light infantry. The lights are going to lose unless they get support. Dismounted French Chevaliers actually are carving up these spearmen. They've already lost 60 men, and I'm sure this unit is not going to be turning this fight around. The axemen here of France are going to just carve through them. Again, though, the Pappy spears up here do have good looking shields. Again, the fleur-de-lis and the 3 lions looks really cool. Do actually have some sergeants from one of the other English armies coming round this flank here. That could be handy. Seems as though we have other English units now starting to land, and we actually have English swords over here. We have some sergeants, and they look like they're going to go and capture this gate. Maybe try and deny the French from getting inside, which is not a bad idea. But yes, as I said, the English army over here did actually desync, unfortunately. So it did, like, they just got taken over by AI. And AI is really dumb. It just charges its general and everything else into combat. So you can see here, there's a lot of English being just thrown in against a very small, blue, thin line of the French. The French should be able to hold, though. I mean, if they really want to, and if they were being awful, they should really just put one of these pikes that they have here, one of those pikes into this choke point, and they would kill so much, because it doesn't seem like the English have brought any pikes up here. We just got English foot knights and cav here that are just getting in the way, and this is not going to be healthy for the cavalry here. Again, it's just the AI going in, being really dumb. Mounted sergeants here charging into the heavy spears, and this is just going to be a massacre for the mounted sergeants. So as you can see on the walls, it seems as though the English are starting to lose in a few areas, actually. Not looking good numbers-wise. It's still about 10,000 each. Cav here has been routed. It went for a second charge, I think, and has not really succeeded. Sergeant's still looking very intact, and the French dismounted Chevaliers also they might have just got involved. Lost like a couple of guys, but the Ribolds over here are losing. So the English having a bit more success over here. But we do have French Chevaliers now being thrown in, so I'm sure that will help in the fight. Let's get a better angle. Let's get the light side. There we go. Attila being that problematic engine where it's just got like one really dark side. When you look at you, it's on one bright side where you can see everything. It does seem as though I'm not going to see too much in the way of movement, to be honest. We've got actually a lot of precautions being made by the English. They've got a lot of spears that are ready just for, I think, this French army. They obviously, the problem is, unlike in history, the English are very much aware that Joan of Arc is on their way. They've seen this preparation get ready. So they are kind of aware. They aren't supposed to really form up too much. You can see the Burgundians aren't really forming up too much to support. The Burgundians were an ally of the English at this point in the war, but did in fact turn sides later on and join the French. But they do have longbows of their own actually, which is really cool. But they also have some pretty solid like shock infantry, dismounted chevaliers, and they also have pretty decent pikes as well. They've even in fact got this ducal unit here, ducal household gizmier here, which I think looks amazing. I think, like, look at those uniforms. It is just gorgeous. Burgundy's probably got some of the best looking uniforms around. We're seeing our first bit of breaking over here. It is in fact, these Ribolds here have been broken. Yet to see any spears or anything like that break. We've got some spears being thrown in here though by the English. They are clashing with the French Chevaliers. And they've got to try and break through. They're fighting shock infantry and a sword unit, so it's going to be tough. Both units are technically superior to the English spear. And we can see that there are, I think this is 3rd Company E, yeah, trying to get involved and try and support down there. We also have like literally one man here, one sergeant fighting. Oh, and he's been killed fighting at 3rd Company E. Oh my gosh, poor guy just got beheaded. I think they're coming off this wall here, yeah, coming off the wall, and they're trying to just track down these archers. So hopefully they can get some work done. These Ribolds here, though, yeah, they're in a real rough position. Spearmen here are losing. Still fighting it out in this choke point here. They need some longbow support of their own. These 3rd Company E are doing some nasty damage to them. But yeah, can't seem to get any sort of support. We actually have Cav coming up now. We have Custeliers here, which is a medium shock Cav. They're getting sent up. Maybe they're going to go for these swords. I do not know. But the swords rushing at archers here. They're on a wall. It's Frank archers here. And the sergeants, I think, are going to have to try and bring down that wall. If they can do that, that'll be great. Over on this side where the blob is happening from the English, the blobbing up. There's a lot of death, a lot of English death at the moment. So hopefully the English can turn this around. They've got to break through somehow. And, it's a shame that the AI is just taking control of this army. The English knights here doing their best. Fighting on. Ribolds here holding the line as well. We've got a lot of stuff in there. Pavi's spears holding the line. Again, they should... Pavi's spears are okay. They'll hold for a while. Those big shields are useful. But they should eventually lose these sergeants, I imagine. Over on this flank here, we're seeing a bit of a push by the French. They're actually sending over some troops to try and scare off the English who have captured this gate. And some sergeants and some cavalry. We have a cavalry fight. In fact, this is the first cavalry fight of the day. And with the massive sally out we're going to see later, I am surprised that this is the first cavalry fight we're seeing in a city. I thought the English might preserve their cavalry and use it for outside the walls, but no, they want it inside the walls as well to challenge the French cav. I mean, this is Sergeant Saval. They should be beaten by the English Knights, who are a much heavier unit. The English Knights here look like they're going to come down, maybe challenge this French king here, but there is another unit over here. There's French Chevaliers here as well. They're lying in wait, hoping they can bait that cavalry unit in for a charge, but we'll see. I mean, these archers up here on the wall, these yeomen of the guard are really elite shock infantry. They could focus down this halberdier unit if they get into range, which they must be at this point. But this yeoman of the guard looks gorgeous, really is. Like, it's one of the best looking archer units I've ever seen. With the red and the white and the gold, oh, it's glorious. The spears up here on the wall are starting to waver for the English, but the English knights have managed to routing the dismounted chevaliers. So English foot knights being sent up is certainly changing that fight as well in favor of the English. That is good to see. Though it looks like they're going to have to do the same on this side, as the sergeants here are being routed by the superior dismounted French chevaliers. No one can deal with these big angry French axemen at the moment. Well, apart from other big angry Englishmen.
The men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
Gonna need to throw more infantry down here, but we do have some swords being thrown in, some allied swords here, some sergeants going in. Just come to wear down these dismounted French chevaliers. I mean, if they could get these longwomen up onto the wall, they could then focus down into the choke point, maybe turn that around, or maybe just really weaken the French defenders. Again, no real movement here. Sergeants just fighting these heavy spears, really not making any ground. I mean, there's just a lot of dead horsemen, which just sense that this cavalry's been wasted. General on this side as well, losing decisively. Those swords and spears here losing decisively for the French. And I'm seeing a lot of, like, elite units in here. We've got, like, the elite halberds, yeomen of the guard, halberds, shock infantry as well. And we are seeing breaking spears, so it might not be long until the swords get broken. I would have thought the French were sending more infantry soon. We've got the swords in here, they're clashing now. Looks like with the ribolds here, this is just a light sword unit. It's just got to hold on. It's got to pray that it can hold on. And I have news from the other front. Joan of Arc is on the march. Her armies are coming to save France. So this is the worrying time for England, because now they could get squashed between two separate French armies. The one within the city and the one that's not. And this French army has a bunch of cav. We've got gendarmes. We've got somewhere, I believe, we have gentiles. Yeah, these guys are nasty. We've got some really elite cav here. We've also got things like just like more sergeant cheval. But there's a lot of cav here. I mean, the French were renowned in this point in history for their cavalry. And oh boy, is there plenty of it.
Units have
This is my favorite unit, I think, for French cavalry. It's also the most elite. The Gentiles. And they're green instead of blue. There you go. I mean, the problem is for the French, they do not hold this gate, and they are going to have to contest for it. You can see the French are pushing back here. They've got some sergeants battling English sergeants, and they're going to come and try and contest for this gate. They need to get it open to allow the French reinforcements to get inside Orleans. Or Orléans, I should say, if you're a Frenchman. And the cav over here seems like it's doing okay. We've got archers, Yeoman and the guard coming off the wall. The Allies' general is dead. England has lost a general. It is obviously the AI controlled one. So that is kind of expected, since the AI is just really dumb when it's controlled in one of these scenarios. Just charges in its general. We've got halberdiers here though of the guard. These guys seem like they're doing a pretty decent job. Pushing back the French where they can. Seems like the AI knows how to control a halberdier. Yeah, that general will start to waver and break, and that might do a lot of damage to the morale of his army as well. Might also start thinking about wavering and breaking on his own side. Yeah, numbers are looking at a little bit better for the English. 9,100 against 8,700. We are about to just see a whole nother fresh army about to appear and squash any resistance that's outside the walls, which would probably be at the moment Burgundy. Burgundy is looking like it's going to be having to take on two French armies at the moment. And as you can see, the Burgundians are setting up. They've got plenty of Pavie spears. They've got dismounted chevaliers. They've got pikes, archers, crossbows, cav. They've got a decent amount of it. Ducal household cavalry, Burgundian gendarmes. Yeah, some decent stuff here. Whether it's going to be enough, we'll see. We will see. But yeah, the Burgundians got most of the cav for the attackers because, well, they are going to have to deal with the most cav of the defenders. But yeah, the gendarmes here, they are ready. They don't know what they're doing. They're fighting like their French brethren, really, as Burgundians. But it's something they'll just have to accept. We got a general in over here, another English general here. King's bodyguard being sent in, breaking sergeants here, and we actually have dismounted French chevaliers running from Billman. They're cowards. There's some archers up here as well. We've got longwomen on the wall. Longwomen should be pretty decent in combat, I thought, because I mean they were famously known in like Agincourt and other places to be like the ones that saved the day, both fighting with their bow and also with like their short swords and knives. But yeah, the longwomen should need to start firing at those dismounted French chevaliers down there. They could do a lot of work. Sergeants are looking a bit rough. I mean, they do take morale hits when these archer towers start firing. They take -4 morale. It's a bit of a problem. Well, the big axe fight over here. We've got English foot knights, which is still coming off the wall. They're fighting French chevaliers. So a battle of dismounted knights here. And a battle, more importantly, of men with big axes. But yes, I hope you guys are enjoying the battle. I hope it's come to your expectations. Who do you think is going to win? Do you think it's going to be the French with their new reinforcements? Or do you think it's going to be the English and Burgundians? Do let me know what you think. The English over here have broken through, and they do have pole arms ready to stop any sort of attack here by the French if they even try and break through. I think first they're going to try and deal with these Burgundians, though. I was hoping these crossbows would fire, but they are patiently waiting. Maybe they don't want to shoot their own dismounted French chevaliers. I do not know. There are a lot of French chevaliers. There's just a lot of everything. The Burgundians, like I said, have got a rough time on the hands, and they've got handgunners here about to be charged. French cav going in. And in it goes. It looks like there's gendarmes or something like that. That's going straight in. It's going to try and kill as many hangars as possible before the spears save their day. Burgundian gendarmes moving over here as well, trying to support. We've got cavalry as well, going to go in against the French. This is Burgundian gendarmes going against gendarmes of France. The gendarme civil war. And in they go. And that looks like it's going to be a win for the Burgundians. They are winning initially. And they're sending in shock infantry now as well to support. So an even bigger win here. We've got cavalry here charging in. That looks like he's charging into spears. Do not do that with your Sergeant Saval. They will die. I mean, the problem is that Burgundy doesn't have enough cav. And he's going to need even more cavalry on this side now if he wants to stop the French. And there's... While he's distracted by the left flank, the right flank has got more gentiles. It's got gendarmes. These are elite cavalry units. And they're flanking around. And they could, if possible, get behind the enemy. It's very possible. Looks like they broke through over here to the English, but now their longwomen are being hunted down by Fusiliers here. That is not a good sign. And they have. They've really broken through. They pushed up to the last choke point. Already being poked out by pikes. These pikes just got to keep holding them back. Gentiles go. Oh, not Gentiles. Fusiliers, sorry. Going in again. This time going after the sergeants here waiting. Hopefully these sergeants could slow down the charge. I don't know if they could. They're going to carry on. I think they're desperate to get those archers. Really, they need to bring up like a polearm unit. More towers destroyed. Oh, right. Oh, Gay has been captured. This is a real problem. There's a bunch of units there that got caught in the wall. Now we got shock infantry charging in against shock infantry. Again, it's foot knights deciding who's better. Is it French or is it English? And the English flag is getting even more bloodied up as he gets thrown into battle more and more. They are losing those dismounted French Chevaliers. I kind of expect they were slightly less fresh. We've got Frank archers over here. They're being mopped up. The English seem like they're making some progress here. This cavalry here, this Fusilier, could definitely make a push onto the halberds. Well, it could be once these halberds are their back to them when they were fighting elsewhere. But yeah, they missed their chance really now. How is the Burgundian battle going? Let's have a look. Not so great. Seems as though, I mean, Burgundy's not lost much. France lost the cavalry unit, as has Burgundy. Thing is that France can afford to lose theirs a little bit more. This general here, though, is being committed. If he can kill the... this is Joan of Arc herself. And she's going... Well, she's actually not. She's being chased by Burgundian gendarmes. If she gets caught and killed, that could be huge. Could be the end of the war for France. This cavalry is slowly dying. It's getting rear charged currently by other cav. Bad way to go out. have these crossbows in combat here. I mean, this is good. And we're going to see a push here now by the general. The Duke of Burgundy being thrown in, and he's going slamming into these crossbows here. Getting a really nice charge, actually. Problem is whether he can get out in time. There are spears moving up. Needs to get out of there. He's actually going to do a rear charge onto the shock infantry. This will be a very nice charge here. This might rout the shock infantry. And there you go. They are gone. And now I imagine the general might try it again somewhere else along the line. He definitely needs to try it. Gunners here trying to fire on the cavalry behind him, I imagine. But yeah, it seems as though Burgundy's holding, but they need to just try and survive if possible. Don't know if it is, but they've got to try it. English knights over here about to get a rear charge into French Chevaliers that were desperate to try and kill the shock infantry off here. We've got Franco archers as well. They're just chilling, Really loved like the color scheme of the English bodyguard, black and red. Looks great. So as you can see, we have English knights mounted and dismounted here, rushing these poor Frank archers. And these archers do not know what has hit them. What it is a wall of armor and men. And they look like they're about to break. And once they do they will be able to come wrap round here and support their king. We actually have a bodyguard, a general bodyguard, not really the king. The King of England is not here today, it seems. But his general's bodyguard looks mighty damn fine. Look at like the armor, looks great.
Our allies have fled, the cowards.
And already the English are pushing on to the final, sort of like the final stage over here. We've got halberds battling on both sides here. We've got halberdiers and we've got billmen. I mean, artillery is well going off. I can hear it. And we've got pikes over here. They're beating the billmen. And no, not any ordinary billmen. These are yeomen of the guard. You just can't get close enough. Poor guys. They're getting poked and stabbed from a long distance with a much longer stick. But yeah, as you can see, they're just racking what's left. And I mean, eventually this halberdier unit here is going to be in real trouble because it can engage that sergeant. But like, well, we've actually got a heavy billman coming in behind it. And or the general's bodyguard could come in and just surround it. And it would be doomed. But it's already losing to these swords here. It's just, yeah, not looking good. Not looking good at all for the French here. How's it looking for them outside? They're doing great. They have annihilated the Bohemians, the Burgundians. I was going to go through every B faction there. Bavaria, Bohemia. No, Burgundy. And these ducal household pole arms. I do apologize. I'm like hiccuping here. For some reason, I've just all of a sudden randomly got them. Yeah, these household pole arms here about to get routed. But the problem is that the French have no way in, so it doesn't really matter at the moment. So like, the numbers, though they may be very close, the English actually have a massive, overwhelming advantage because they can hold this. They can hold the city. Oh, they can fight what remains of the French inside the city, and then hold it. And they become the defenders. If they capture the capture point as well, that will allow them to win the battle. So really, the French need to maybe get on the walls and actually then like get inside. And like they're almost then going to become defenders will become attackers, which is kind of amazing. We have archers here from every angle, retinue longbowmen, like basic longbowmen, all firing on these pikes over. These poor guys getting focused down. But it is a mess. It's a proper medieval sort of brawl down here.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
And the English are nearly through here. These halberdiers are losing. All they've got to do with the sergeants is push through. And again on this side, halberdiers here, English foot knights, and halberdiers breaking these dismounted French chevaliers. Just not enough halberds or pikes to defend every choke point. We actually have a general moving up. General's bodyguard looks like he's maybe going to try and support his troops here, maybe a bit of morale. I do not know. We have, the King of France. I mean, Joan of Arc as well is out here. And they are just like, they're powerless to do anything at the moment. Joan may be alive and may have won a great victory against the Burgundians. But a great victory against the English does elude her. So, yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to see how they're going to break in here. But yes, hopefully I can also win my battle against the hiccups. I'll see, though. That one is still up for debate. But the English have broken through here. Now they can get their general and the infantry inside. And oh boy, if this shock infantry here engages the swords quickly, the cavalry still has a way through. And yep, there you go. They're going in. The French may be able to kill this axe unit off. We'll see. It is a little bit weakened, so it might be vulnerable to being beaten. But the general's inside, and he can start to do some damage. We already have archers firing on these sergeants. And it doesn't matter, the foot knights may have won already one fight. They're going to win another one by the looks of it. The general here as well, coming over, and they're going to try and help break these archers and pikes. I mean, they're nearly through over here. And here we go. Looks like the general is going to do a general v general fight. He's just going to get like attacked by pikes here. It's an absolute mess of a fight. And look at that, the general's instantly losing. It's not a good sign. They need to focus on the general of the English now and focus him down with archers. Try and support where it's possible. I think the mortar out here, they have the English mortar still firing, and it's firing on this general. So unfortunate. That's an AI like artillery piece. So like there's nothing they can do about that. More English knights pouring in here. A fresh unit, and they're gonna be able to go in and hit any of the like archers as well. We've also broken through here. They have pole arms here. They're just broken as well. I really do apologize. It's not helping. I'm sure with the epic battle going on, and then in the background there's just Pope hiccuping. So hopefully, I mean, now the English are broken through here, they can support their general with some spears, and maybe get their spears in to just like kill this King of France off, and then all they have to do is take the capture point, which is here. It is very, very close. Once this general's there, that's going to also help with morale, but there's literally nothing left of the defenders. The French still have 4,000 men outside the walls, but these 4,000 men cannot get in. Like I said, they're going to have to try and like scale the walls. You can see Pavy's spears here dashing in that direction, but it might be a little too late. And there are spears getting up onto the wall here, ready to meet them as well. So the English are prepared. Enemy general is dead. That is the one over here. He has just died. It looks like we are going to see the other one maybe get challenged in a moment. Will he go for one last charge? We will see. I mean, the English knights over here as well could easily get charged by that general. They need to be careful because they could get massacred here. But shock infantry is also very scary to cav, so works both ways. Here we have a sea of cavalry and infantry here, capturing the point. And it looks like in a very short amount of time we are about to see an English victory, but being captured by, like, capturing the point. Like, winning by capturing the point instead of, like, winning by annihilating the French. So there you go. The point has been captured and the countdown will begin. I'm just going to fast forward now because there isn't really much that's left to go on. This is King of France. I think he's chasing a general bodyguard here. He just desperately wants to try and kill him. The archers giving him no rest. They're going to focus this general down and try and do as much damage as possible. And their shock infantry pushing up as well, trying to cut him off. But yeah, he's taking a bit of damage. He's not lost that much in the way of a bodyguard just yet. They are starting to get focused down though slowly. Is he going to get a charge off here? No, I think he's going to try. I think he's trying to escape, in fact. So yeah, he's actually trying to escape. But there you go, General's bodyguard for England going in. And they are going to battle it out. And yeah, that general is going to get massacred. Already down to 35, 33. Oh my gosh, look at that. Brutal. Yes, I guess if the French could have held onto one of the gates, they could have defended maybe this gate over here a little bit better. Just obviously in hindsight, they realized they needed a way back in to the city. The reinforcements were. Or they were going to need to just try and force the English to stay outside the city. If they defended the walls even more, that is another way they could have kept them out, and the French could arrive. But it was a pretty cool scenario. I did kind of enjoy it. Everyone seemed to enjoy it, and I would like to thank everyone that took part, as I hiccup more, because this one took forever. It was a really long battle. So yeah, if you did enjoy it and you would like to see more 1212, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new on here, just to show that little bit of support for the scenarios and for everyone that takes part in them. It really does mean a lot. And yeah, we do really appreciate like all the support. I certainly do, and I know everyone that takes parts as well really likes it when battles do well, because it's like they took part and they made it happen. They really enjoy that sort of little bit of support that they can do. But yeah, you can see here that the billman and this sword's ready, and the French are going to get oil poured on them if they even dare go through this this gate. Brave fools. If they even try it. But yeah, we'll just keep fast forwarding. There's not much going to go on. I think they're just going to stay outside the walls. Maybe shoot what like pikes and swords they can with the archers. But yeah, there's really not much they can do. They are on the wall over here though, and they are fighting. So you can see the French were making gains. And actually this English spear here wavering at like full strength, which is kind of crazy, not going to lie. But yeah, really, the French have left it a little bit too late to try and scale the walls and retake their city the hard way.
It will be ours in short order.
Yes, within moments, the fort will be captured and will be in English control. As you can see, the English not really making much of an attempt to defend the outer city because they know they don't need to. The town's going to be theirs in a few moments. And there you go. That should be the battle. A Pyrrhic victory for the English. Was a glorious battle. The Siege of Orleans. History has been changed. The English have won, along with the Burgundian help. So thank you very much for everyone that took part. It was a really, really fun 1212 AD scenario. I was playing as one of the English armies. So yeah, my best kills for like my English shock infantry, 262 kills. General getting 138. My pikes 100, or polearms 127. And then we got sergeants 211, archers 116, 121. Cav getting 184, and then we got Prem playing as Burgundy. His general 130 kills. Dismounted Chevaliers playing, getting 144, and then we've got Polearms 72, Gunners 34, Cav 106. Then Paranoid playing as another English army, 102 kills with his English Foot Knights, 251 with another, and still healthy. General 227. Polearms getting 111 kills. Sergeant's getting 206, and then we got Retinue Longwomen getting 164, and his Cav getting 74 kills. And Zach playing as the final English army. His army unfortunately did desync, and his army was AI then controlled. But he got 126 kills with his Foot Knights, 117 with the Spears. Sergeant's 122, 104 with the Longbows, and his Mortar 132 kills. Then we have Swifting playing as a French army on the defense. 112 kills with the French Chevaliers, 109 with his Spears, 236 with his Pikes is very good. 110, 110, 101 with his sergeants, and then 129 with his Custodiers. Then we have Varangian playing as Joan of Arc herself. 98 kills with the French Chevaliers. And then we have 58 with the Sergeants, 105 with the Gentiles. And Cyrus playing as another French sally out army. 231 kills with the French Chevaliers. 163 with another. Sergeants, 110. And then his Cav, 135 kills. And then with Bad Omens playing as the final defensive army. 134 kills with his dismounted Chevaliers. 213 with the Halberdiers. 105 with the Sergeants. 134 with the 3rd Company E. And Cav getting 72 kills. So there you go, guys. That is the Siege of Orleans. I hope you did enjoy. Joan of Arc was defeated. Sorta. She's still alive. Her army's still outside the walls. But now she would have to assault an English-held Orleans. And so there you go, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. And I'll see you in the next one.